Now we're live. Welcome back. We are back with the Forever DMs for Star Wars Hunters podcast. We've got a full house tonight.
Hell yeah.
Every player's here. So as we last left off, the crew, having attained their ship, decided to go to the nearest spaceport. Looking up on the star map, they found the spaceport of Lanillies that is on the way to their destination at Canary. Stopping at Lanillies, they found a space station in a bit of a bind after the retreat of the Empire, after the Empire folded, lack of a better word. This team's gonna fold. The Empire pulled back Coruscant before they surrendered. The station was left with a power vacuum that was filled with someone not so nice. Station now in the midst of chaos or a dystopian-like environment, the party has to navigate through this new strange economy that they've come across, help meeting a under-the-table mechanic that's offered to do the upgrades. They have to get the parts for the ship. So, making their way to the mechanic's goddaughter, who happens to own a noodle shop, the party has set about to speak to, I have to look his name up, Plizz, a Hutt gangster who has taken over this station. So, since Watt is back, we're going to start with him, and I'm actually going to point at Gabe right now in the camera for him to unmute. Unmute Gabe. Gabe, unmute. Yes, you.
Yes.
There he goes.
Hey.
Awesome.
What?
So,
There it is.
the reason we're doing this is Gabe did not want to know what happened in the ship so far, which is very fitting to his character. So,
Mass immersion.
It's more like a mass hallucination.
So, over the course of the last 3 days, what?
Have we named the ship?
No.
Or did you guys name the ship?
No, we're not getting into that conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, but
That's fair.
That conversation was a very dirty one last week of what the ship was.
So dirty.
So with that,
Dutch Rudder?
Just blew straight out of the diaper.
Well, gents, we found the second name.
We were leaning towards Rose DeCosin as a real name, but yeah, we can go with Dutch Rudder.
No. I regret telling you guys about the Dutch Rudder before we started recording.
So we got Bad Baby and Dutch Rudder. This is a solid naming expenditure.
It's a real upstanding merchant ship.
I quit. What? The last 3 days, you have been in and out of the tubes of this ship. The work has been immaculate, but you could have done better, in your opinion.
Bill, pull your mic a little closer to your face.
Like this.
Yes,
Ooh,
thank you.
Much better.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
So
Sultry sounds of Bill.
I have a new mic, and I'm still adjusting. So, as I was saying, what? Over the course of the last 3 days, you have been in and out of the tubes. All you've been able to tell is you know the feel of a starship. It entered hyperspace. You were in hyperspace for a little while. You came out of hyperspace. Thule walked in and called your name, and you stuck your head out of the pipe, and he told you that something named Ludo was going to come on the ship and start working on your ship.
Somewhere in the tunnels of the ship, somewhere in all these Jeffries tubes, Alexander goes into battle mode.
Your response was to say okay and give me a kiss on my snoot. So
Also equally probable.
I thought Bill handled that very well on your behalf.
Yeah.
So, traveling through hyperspace, arriving at this destination, wherever you are, you have no earth idea where you are. Described by Jacob in the process of, during hyperspace travel, you throwing items out of the tubes into a big pile of scrap that you were yelling. How did you put it? Redundant.
Why do you need this? Toss. Like,
Checks out.
All the party has seen of what for 3 days is the alien tail scene, but it's a fuzzy tail.
And just occasionally there is snoring that just echoes through the entire ship as it carries through the ducting.
I just imagine that
Oh,
you're
yeah.
just snuggling your comm and snoring into it without even thinking that you have it pressed down. So it's just through the comms, through the whole ship every time you sleep.
Canon.
So
No, you're in the docks. You're not in the cannon.
it could have been.
We have one of those too.
So
We have two of those.
as you are on the ship, as you are working on it, you hear a voice calling out, "Yeah, we need to go to the recreation bay. I want to strip down to the bolts, like I said. Watch out! They said there's a critter on board. Something that's called a what?" I see the gears turning. You just start hearing the sounds of multitude of metallic feet guttering through the decking of the ship as it's going down the lift, because there's a lift that goes between the floors. The lift starts taking things down. You just hear the activation of this repulsor lift go down as they're starting to take whatever it is down to the recreation suite on the ship. You hear one.
Do we have a map of the ship, of the interior?
We did. I put it in the chat.
Okay, I'll find it then.
If
So
it's not pinned, I will pin it. Hold on.
Thank you.
So as you hear the repulsor lift activate, going up and down, carrying whatever down to the lowest levels, amidst the sound of mechanical steps and feet throughout this this cavalcade of just droids coming into the ship to work on it, you hear the sound of an arch nemesis. Gonk,
But wait,
gonk, gonk. As a gonk,
Oh no.
as a gonk droid is shuffling.
So, this is perfect. So, there's a moment in Watt's tiny little yet somehow genius brain, whereas I level up and Eureka and my intelligence goes even higher, as I'm kind of crawling my way through the ducts quietly, and Alexander's following behind me quietly, and then we hear conk, and behind me there's this, as Alexander just obliterates the ducting that he is inside of and drops down directly onto the gonk droid. Unbidden, uncommanded, nothing. And then behind him there's almost like a demonic cackling yeehaw as Watt leaps out, leading the charge inside the ship, leading the charge with an ion bolt aimed directly at the gonk droid. Like, I am attacking the gonk droid.
Okay.
100%.
All right. So, give me what ability are you using?
I need to switch up my powers here, but in order to make this work. But I am using, it's just a cantrip. Oh god, I don't need all these tables. Where is the Star Wars 5e content? There we go, tech powers. It is Ion Blast. So I need, all right, I'll just go ahead and throw it out there. I need a dexterity saving throw from him, or two creatures that are within 5 feet of each other that I can see. If there happens to be another droid nearby, it's getting caught in the mayhem.
The other droids are already in the recreation suite, starting to tear it apart. The only thing that's remotely near the gonk droid you see is for an Ugnaught, a pretty tall Ugnaught with one bulging eye. The other one's kind of, he looks like he doesn't have an eye, but it's kind of just squinted as he looks at you with a shocked look. Nothing else around the gonk droid. As he rolls a dexterity, that was a 13.
I think 13 is my DC right now.
Okay.
So he'll succeed and not take any damage. Alexander's following right behind him with far more lethal damage.
Okay. As you come running in, you hear a voice. Whoa, wait, they told me we were okay. They told me we were okay. So as you're coming into the ship and you attack this gonk droid, missing, and Alexander's charging in on it, this Ugnaught starts yelling at you, telling you that he had the okay to come onto the ship. Who gave him the okay, you don't know. But he's asking if you are what, and then he turns to one of his own droids as if they're going to answer and says, is this thing what? Is this a what?
Is that a what?
That's debatable. So, check something real quick.
To be fair, just a reminder, we did tell this guy that whatever Watt was, because he didn't know what a Lerman was, Watt was our mechanic. We did specify that Watt was our mechanic, so just reminder on that.
So, how are you reacting to this? What?
I'm attacking the gonk droid. Alexander is charging. He is making a vibro weapon attack against the gonk droid.
Okay, go ahead.
Sweet.
Sweet, beautiful revenge.
I don't even remember how his stats work. So it is a D20 plus proficiency plus intelligence. So what is our proficiency right now? 2?
Should be plus 2.
Wrong thing. Plus 2. So 12, 15 total to hit the gonk droid.
15 total. Okay, hold on 1 second. All right. So 15 to hit. You definitely hit its armor class. You beat it.
Okay, 7 points of vibro damage.
All right, so you do 7 points of damage. As soon as this vibroblade goes through this gonk droid, you see sparks as the shell casing opens up with this vibroblade. Sparks and smoking and static charge as it explodes. When a gonk droid is reduced to 0 HP, it explodes. Each creature within 20 feet makes a DC Dexterity 13 Dexterity saving throw, or it takes 6d6 points of fire damage. So I need Watt, Alexander, and Ludo to make Dexterity saving throws.
Oh no, we just killed our under the table mechanic.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, Alexander rolls a 22. I don't know if, or Watt rolls a 22. I don't know if Alexander gets proficiency in anything like that, but he rolls a total of 16.
Okay, so the dexterity to beat is fire damage on half on a successful one, so you'll take half damage. Alexander will take
That's
half
fine.
damage. Let's see what Ludo gets, since he has a 0 to his dex, so it's just a straight. He rolled 13, so he got it right on the money. So that's going to be 6d6. Let's see. I have 6 board game boss dice
Yeah.
standing right here, so I'm going to roll all 6 of these. All right, there's a lot of 6s.
So much board game boss.
So there's
An endorsement for Board Game Boss if you're a DM who wants to fuck their players.
Raising?
so that's 20.
I mean, I'm here for that.
That's 20. That's 20.
My dice make people want to fuck their DMs. Make DMs want to fuck their players.
I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Not that much.
But no.
Like, yeah. I'll just get mad. That's what'll happen there. So
Look, there's different kinds of fucking, okay?
20 points of damage, half.
Okay.
So Alexander is gonna take 10. Ludo is taking 10. And what? You are taking 10 points of fire damage, if that matters.
I don't think it matters
So
so much. I think it just
as this gonk droid just explodes within a fireball, and everything around you, it's the ear-piercing trill of me as this explosion goes off. As the dust and flames start dying down, you see the bulkheads in the entertainment center section are on fire. You see a 3PO unit that has been designed to be a load lifter, redesigned to be a load lifter, has a little nozzle on its arm, and it's spraying like fire retardant material.
Fire suppressant.
Yeah, fire suppressant, just slowly firing it down. What? How many hit points do you have left?
plenty.
20? Okay,
Yeah.
so your fur is singed, everything's blackened. Is Alexander still standing?
Oh yeah. Alexander has a total of 28 hit points now.
The gonk droid is toast, completely destroyed, just a flaming wreckage. On the other side of the wreckage, you see a humanoid figure on the ground burning.
Okay, so do we have a fire suppression system in this ship at all?
That's one of the things you took offline.
Checks out. So immediately, Alexander, sentry mode. And I'm gonna just turn into a ball and tumble over to this living being on my ship
Not anymore.
that isn't supposed to be here.
Somebody that didn't actually just kill Ludo.
And if he's a commoner and he took 10 damage, this could be it for him.
Will healing make a difference, or is he just toast?
He's not exactly Anakin at the end of episode 3.
Okay. So he's just Anakin after he gets regenerated for the first time.
Yeah.
Not
He's-
burned, but
he's
it's
pretty-
not burned to death.
He's pretty burned.
All right, so I reach into my pack as he's like, is he conscious at all?
No.
Okay, so just whack across the face to wake him up. Just this open-handed smack across the face to wake him up. And as he comes to,
So it's an
he sees
automatic.
me-
It's an automatic crit because he's making death saving throws right now.
Oh, come on, work with me.
I'm joking.
He sees me slap two objects together and shake it really hard, like it's a soda that I'm about to spray at somebody, and then I spike it on him. And a Colto dispenser lands on him, healing 1d6 hit points around for 1 minute up to it's my proficiency plus something times. So he and I are basically sitting in a healing spirit bubble.
So it's a Colto cloud. Am I hearing that right?
It is a Colto level 2 spell. It's a Colto dispenser. It's a mobile first aid station that in a 5-foot cube until the power ends whenever you or a creature you can see moves into the station for the first time or starts its turn there. You can use the station to restore 1d6 hit points to that creature with no action required.
It's like one of those misting things at theme parks, but like it's cold.
But it's like it's a soda. It's sticky.
Yes.
It's gonna feel weird. I can do this a number of times equal to my 1 plus my tech casting modifier, which is 4 times total right now. So I'm gonna slap him with 2d6, and I'll get 2d. I'll take 1d6 and give 1 to Alexander. And Alexander, mind you, is training his blaster on whatever droid is nearby.
Does Colto work on Alexander?
I don't know. He's a construct, so I don't think so.
I don't
but
think
Yeah,
it
I
does.
don't think that works.
Yeah, no,
then
there's,
I'll take the
there's,
other d6.
there's repair droid like spells and whatnot. for
Yeah,
those
Well,
things.
I should probably
Or
invest
tech
in
powers,
that.
I should say.
I got you. I have it. It's all good.
Sweet.
I can take
So
I can
Homeboy
take
gets
Alexander's
5
order.
hit points back, and I get 5 hit points back. It's appropriate that Watt is the liberator of all things mechanical, yet can't heal them.
There's something poetically correct in that somehow.
I mean, Alexander did not throw away his shot, so I will not either.
All right. So as you're sitting here,
And so with the smack and this spray, sugary foam, it's like neon green and you think you've been slimed kind of moment. I am literally doing a victory dance, like a stompy woohoo, but I'm on the Ugnaught, like on his belly, just stomping around, excited, happy.
get off me.
Who are you? I immediately train the pop lad on him.
He stands up and he's kind of healing from the weird
I'm
little.
still on him as he stands up.
Well, he's setting up. He's setting up is what he's doing, and you can be standing in his lab. I'm Ludo.
What?
The
What's a Ludo?
The Herlick told me to come in here. He said, "What was the mechanic? What are you?
Who?
Are you what?
There's like ringing in my ear.
We were hired to strip out the entertainment center."
No! I immediately take out a grenade. What?
He looks at you. He's like, all right, everybody out. He snaps his fingers, and the droids stop what they're doing. They're setting down equipment that they were pulling out. They start setting everything down.
So Alexander has a blaster and a grenade launcher trained on the droids. Don't move!
What kind of droids are they, Bill?
They're the droids we're looking for.
As I said, there's a few scrapped together pit droids. There's one repurposed 3PO unit as a load lifter, and then there was a gonk droid that is now smoldering in pieces, and a Ugnaught that is burned.
Just wanted to point out that there's a bunch of repurposed pit droids in here.
So Alexander he's got his arms up with his vibroblade, and for thematics, he's got one on each arm. For why not? And then he's got the blaster over one shoulder and the grenade launcher over the other, and then the 2 pit droid heads side by side for Alexander and Dapper. And he's training all these weapons on the droids, and then he just ignores the pit droids and looks at the other droids. One of his 2 heads turns and starts talking to the pit droids. Who are you? To Ludo.
I told you my name is Ludo. I was hired by the Herlick in the Trandoshan and the Anzellan. They wanted to tear out this whole entertainment suite and put in, you know what? My head hurts, I don't remember.
And put it what? I'm going to scan all the equipment he brought in and see if I can put it together.
What were you having him put in?
We were trying to do a workshop and a hidden storage.
Yeah, that's right. You were wanting to turn you wanted him to strip out the entertainment suite, but you were trying to figure out what parts you could get from this station. So his process was him stripping it out.
Oh my god, this is so poetic. A workspace, which is where Watt would spend most of his time.
Look, your friends are on the station trying to get the parts they need to turn this into a workshop for you, the Trandoshan, and whoever the hell else wants to work on this ship. I was just hired to strip it out because they said they didn't need it.
I'm gonna look around. Is there like a chest tip? One of the 3D chessboards or something?
No, because Thule made sure to take it with him.
Yeah, I didn't want my Dedrick set to get scrapped.
Okay, that's what I was gonna make. I was gonna say, don't touch that.
No, it's gone. It's absolutely gone. Thule made sure to go back and grab that.
I mean, there's a 50-50 shot that Watt wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. Why didn't you just say so? And I reach down to my pop lad, twist a dial, slap something, and a dart shoots out of it and hits him in the chest and heals him once again. It's a little painful, but heals him once again with a Colto pack.
It's a good kind of pain.
Will you stop shooting me?
For another D4, so 5 total.
Okay. So he's back up to normal. The burns are healing. He's gonna have some scars.
I mean, emotionally. I'll look back at the rest of the droids. Back to work.
Hey, you want us to keep working now? You know what? All right. He stands completely up now, and he goes to leave the ship.
I'm still hanging on him. Where are you going?
I'm getting away from you. I'll tell you, all you, listen to him. I'm getting paid either way. As he goes limping off.
Oh no. Oh no.
Bye. Oh, you want this? And I'm gonna hold my hand out with the empty canister that just sprayed sticky Colto over everything. Okay. Stick it back in my pack and turn back to the droids. Back to work.
Okay. So, across the Omega Station, you guys are just leaving Sarlacc Stoops as you decided that you were going to go meet with this illustrious Plizz, who everybody's been talking about.
What?
I thought we were going to try to go through the residential district to find Fonda first on our way to Plizz, because Plizz has the whole residential district.
Yeah, but you're going.
Yeah, Fonda was the target initially.
You're going into that area.
Yeah.
So, traveling back through the merchants' quarters and the Jawas, as you guys go back into the station proper, you're passing by the hollow tree that you saw. The holograms completely gone, as the parts have been stripped by the kids that you saw. As parts of this sorry, allergies. As parts of this station are being stripped for parts from the inside, where everybody is taking what they can to trade, as credits are no longer of use in this new economy. So as you're traveling through and you see the signs, it points towards residential areas. You see one of the signs has been marked out with paint, and underneath in galactic basic, as you get closer to the residential area, it just says Plizz's place.
And that's the entrance, like, to the entire residential area, or that's a specific building?
Entrance to the hallway. From what you can tell, a lot of this station is similar. All the hallways are very much alike. As you get through the main quarter, through the center of the station, where the holographic tree was, you see the hallway leading into the residential section. You see the signs that now says Plizz's place. You see 2 jumpsuited individuals, both carrying E11 blasters, that are just kind of standing on either side. They're kind of talking to each other as people are walking in and out. They're not really stopping anybody. But you do notice that in the residential section, as there's paneling and wires hanging off where people are stripping what they can of these hallways inside this station, the residential area, just looking inside the hallway, looks immaculate. The paneling's all in place. The signs are still functioning. No one is touching that as they're walking in and out. But you do see people walking in, carrying stuff, walking out, not carrying stuff.
I guess we found the right place. How are we gonna do this? Are we threatening him? I can't recall. Do I get to hit him?
Looking for Fonda, right? First?
Well, so I think we got to play it by ear, because well, we know this is a bad dude, and he's not going to give us Fonda willingly. And if he knows that's why we're here, I feel like it's going to make it even worse for us. So maybe
said Fonda still had a shop.
Yeah.
He was being kept close to Plizz because of his debts. Sounds like blackmail.
So, but my point is, we don't want to tell him that we want Fonda. Maybe we position ourselves to potentially make some money and say that in payment we need work on our ship. And since Fonda's under his thumb, it's a way to him.
Am I volunteering as a guard or a fighter?
Well, we have the fighter thing going for us already. We've already worked once. I'm sure there's hollow film of you getting beat by that Gungan.
You know I didn't get beat.
That's why I did sorry, my fingers are very small. Did you see the quotes?
That's what that means. Oh.
It did sound like Plizz is buying up all the muscle.
So we come in, we tell him you're a prize fighter, see if there's any way we can make some money so that we can get our ship repaired and go from there.
You're Dax. I'm Jactor. Who are you gonna be? And I look over to you.
Tisk.
Sounds good.
Your real name?
No, I'm Tisk. I'll go as Tisk.
He's using a little bit more emphasis on the is.
You got a lot to learn about this covert business, don't you?
Are you trying to say that all their names sound the same? Very racist of you.
It's entirely different.
Well, if all the names do sound the same, though, is he really going to be able to tell?
Let's normally don't care. Good point.
Let's just stick to first names. Don't give him your second name.
So, Tisk.
No, the other one.
I'm telling him Tisk or not.
About that time, from each and every one of your comm, you hear, hello? It's like horrible feedback static.
Oh, good. You're awake.
What?
Yes, I'm talking to Watt.
Did you
What's
meet
a Ludo?
that one?
Ludo is the mechanic working on our ship.
He's not on the ship.
Please tell me you didn't kill him.
No, he's alive, but he left. He's a quitter. I have spoken.
Oh, man.
Oh,
I do not have the cognitive capacity for this today.
listen, we need to take out the recreational center to make room for the workshop. That's what we want to do.
You hear power tools in the background. Like, there's a backup beep from like a 20th century truck, a jackhammer, an arc welder. There's just no, there's binary screaming. Okay, I'll do it. Bring me back noodles. Click.
It's better that he stays busy than gets bored. That's just chalk it up as a win.
Agreed. So, Tisk, right?
Yes. One.
Was that the first one or the second one?
Just go and I won't talk.
Yeah, let's go with that. I like that.
Who's on first?
What?
Oh, what's on second?
No, what's in the ship?
Then who's in the noodle shop? Now, where's the noodle shop?
Can we please get back on track?
Oh no, can you guys?
I make no promises.
I'm a little fond of this, actually.
That was good.
I was trying to work
Good.
in Ludo, but I couldn't come
It's
up.
good.
All right, yeah, let's roll in and see how this fucking goes.
Alright, so you guys going in to the residential area. As soon as you get up close to the guards, you see the two of them look at you. Well, they don't raise their rifles to point at you, but they... Oh, wait. We don't know the three of you.
No, you don't, but you're gonna.
Yeah, you ain't got no tribute.
I mean, you're looking at the tribute. Do you see the size of these guys?
He looks at him.
Tisk says nothing, but just like cracks a reptilian neck.
You're new to
Hey,
the station.
I'm the
What are you here for? You trying to get hired as god or something?
Not exactly. No. We're passing through. We're on station to have some repairs done. Looking to provide your boss with some potentially lucrative business.
Been referred to as quality entertainment.
Yeah, Jackster here he's a prize fighter. Coruscant.
Hold on. You see him. He pulls out a little comm link from under his shirt. Hey, boss. What? Comes from the other end of the comm link. I got a Hurlik here and a Trandoshan. And I think this is...
Hey, what am I? Chop liver?
I was getting to you. I think a very loudmouth, what do you call these things? Short? What are you?
I'm an Anzellan, a loudmouth Anzellan.
Yeah, you got an Anzellan here with a Hurlik and a Trandoshan that says they want to talk to you about work.
That's not what I said.
Be quiet for a little bit. Eventually, and I'm through.
Ooh, husky.
All right, he says he'll talk to you. Go down,
Hutsky.
hang a left, and into the apartment block. Stay away from the right. Stay out of the mechanics bay.
Ooh. All right.
Next way, you say.
Yeah. So we start walking. Is there anybody inside? Once we get in?
Yeah, as you go, you start seeing groups of very similarly dressed. You see a bunch of different uniforms, but obviously these guys are not used to wearing these uniforms, the way they're dressed.
Yeah.
You see ex-Imperial uniforms with the regalia and everything has just been stripped off. And these guys, you see a Duros in Imperial uniform, which of course an alien would not be wearing an Imperial uniform. But like most of these have just been repurposed to try to look official in some way. You see people in New Republic uniforms that are just obviously secondhand. Look like kids playing at being cops. As these guys, some of them are sitting down around piles of junk. You can see where people have been stripping the other half of the station. There's just piles of just loot and crap down this hall. Several different guards everywhere. Some of them playing simple gambling games on makeshift tables that they've built. A lot of guys as you're going down. And eventually you come to a cross section, and sure enough, there's people walking in to the left, and you are just funneled in there with another guard that's just waving you through as you walk into this residential area. All the apartments are opened up, and this whole residential area has basically been turned into a makeshift mansion. Rugs and like furniture have been pulled out into this hallway. It looks as nice as it can possibly be. You see a couple of, what am I struggling with species names today?
Paint us a word picture. Let's play. Who's that race?
You see these pigs snouted, green-skinned
Gamorreans.
Yes, that's it. It's on the tip of my tongue. I told you, my head's still stuck in Arrakis.
It's Gamorrean!
Oh man,
That's so good.
So going through and
Excellent, Jacob.
going through and you see these two Gamorreans. One of the larger apartments' doors are open, and you see in the living area a large cushioned bed has been brought out, and on it, all of you, I'm going to say most of you in the circles you've run, you've seen a hut or two. You see this hut. It's a little different from most huts you've ever seen. It's smaller and thinner. As it's sitting back on this bed and speaking with a couple of his guards, and you walk in, his eyes immediately shift to the three of you. As you get closer, he waves off the guard talking to him. He leans forward. You three are new to the station.
Yeah, something like that.
What can Plizz do to you? Or you?
Oh God.
I don't know.
Not that gonna work. Not that gonna work.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be doing something for you.
As you're saying that, this large, sluggish tongue comes out of his mouth, licking his lips.
Listen, I know you're a busy man. I don't want to waste your time. We're a crew passing through. We need some work done on the ship. I just happen to have a potentially lucrative business idea for you. This intimidating specimen right here is a Coruscanti prizefighter named Jackster, and this one over here has done some professional bounty hunting work. So we need parts for our ship, and we heard that you're the one to talk to, and we can pay our way. We're not asking for charity.
No bounty hunter work on this station. Guild's not allowed.
We didn't say anything about the guild.
You see him kind of eye Tisk when he pointed out that he was a bounty hunter.
This just kind of like gives an eyebrow, like goes up on one side, snarl on the other, says nothing.
So what are you suggesting? You have two of your fighters fight each other?
No, they're not going to fight each other. No. If you had someone who needs to be found, he can help. And if you have somebody that needs to be beat to a pulp, he can help. I'm just the manager here.
And in Huttese, Thule pops up. I have, in fact, turned someone to pulp pretty recently.
Don't speak that will in front of me.
Interesting.
Okay.
Immediately turns back to basic. My apologies.
Why don't you let me do the talking, yeah? Sorry, this is why they need me.
He's just...
I have no idea what was said. I just know that it was not, it seemed to be taken poorly.
So, what are you? Their manager? You've got henchmen, thugs, with a middleman?
Yeah, let's just say, I think manager is a good word for it. I'm the one who directs them. I point them in a direction.
So I'm supposed to hire you as well.
Well, let's just say without direction, these two aren't as useful. I don't know if you've ever tried to develop a rapport with a Trandoshan or a Herglick for that matter, but I have that.
As he says this, Tisk has just like started looking around and like ignoring the hut, and is just like taking a gaze around as though I'm like just being rude and dismissive, but I'm actually trying to like take a bead on what all I see around here at the time. As I'm doing so, I have like fingers like fiddling on like grenades down the bandolier, like again, like as usual, almost like the nervous tick of like flipping a switch on, off, moving to the next one, on, off, as I just kind of like am looking around.
Julie is paying specific attention to just the hut and wondering how hard he would have to hit him to make it look like he got salt spilled on him.
You want to turn him to pulp?
I wouldn't say salting a slug turns it to pulp, but it definitely turns it to something.
It does liquefy. I put enough.
Metaphytic ooze is a good phrase,
Yeah,
I feel like.
I put enough salt on slugs.
That's a $5 word there, my friend.
All right. So as you guys are looking around, and I need to get a persuasion check from Shug as Thule and Tisk. You guys look around. Give me perception checks.
Oh yeah, it's a big old nat one.
Pull up my new
Yeah.
Here's my Thule character sheet. Here we go.
persuasion. Here we go. That's not great. So 14 total. Actually, no. I'm going to spend my inspiration from last session.
Since I've been gone for a while, and Watt would impulsively spend his inspiration on the very next thing he rolled, I would like to give Jacob my inspiration point on the stipulation that he use it immediately.
I mean,
If you're cool with that, Bill.
That's fine.
So I re-rolled
But-
and I rolled an 18.
How? Since you're not
it's
there,
not much better, but it's at least not a nat one.
since you're not there, how does Watt give him the inspiration?
So one of the grenades on your belt.
This is too perfect, actually, for what I already had just in my head. Go ahead.
So
Like it
one of the
already is.
grenades on your belt, you go to click it, and the detonator's missing. And you think, what? And you reach your hand into like a random pouch to like grab a little worm to snack on or something. And you find the detonator there with a little like bit of wire wrapped around it like a bow.
Perfect. So leaning into the nat one as that happened, I was fiddling with the grenade, and it fell off my bandolier, and like with it clicked on, and it starts beeping as I like scramble to grab it, and then pick it up and realize that it feels off and click it off, then realizing that the detonator's gone. Because my roll was still shit, a total of a 7, but I do find the detonator, and I start putting that back in.
All right.
He looks so professional.
So the two of you looking around, what you've noticed is being in several crime lords hangouts, Thule with your pirating background, Tisk with you being a bounty hunter. You see the regular things you would see. There's several guards around, all of which are waiting for something to go down. You see people coming in, bringing in anything they could find. And on top of all of that, you see a Bith. Those of you that, what am I saying? Those of you, John, a Bith.
That's so rude.
That's accurate. I was making faces like I had no idea what you're talking about.
A Bith is the species that you see playing the musical instruments in most of the cantinas.
Got like the big, like bulbous kind of like butt head with
Yeah.
the like weird mouth folds and the big eyes.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
You see a Bith sitting down at a table with a data pad, and as these things are coming in, you notice him marking on the data pad prices of items as they're coming in. I'll let one of you roll a justified check to determine what he's doing.
I'm gonna say, based off my rolls, that I am definitely putting my detonator back together and not seeing what's going on. So that's all you, Thule.
I'm probably not like paying attention. I'm probably focused on the conversation. So yeah.
Oh, Watt'll do it.
Watt's not there.
Who?
No, who's at the noodle shop? So
If anything ever happens to Watt, I'm going to play a character named Who.
Oh,
Perfect.
we should recap game on just that part of last session.
What's that?
This Bill's nat 20 persuasion roll on us.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that was good.
to get us to go to the daughter or the daughter-in-law's, no, goddaughter's noodle shop.
Yeah, so Ludo's giving us this sob story about how like the hut's taken over and like everyone's poor and everyone's starving. He's like, yeah, my goddaughter, she runs a noodle shop and she's gonna have to close down. And I was like, oh, there it is. We're staying. Like, we gotta fix it.
Gotta save the noodle shop.
Checks out.
What were you needing us to roll, Bill? I'm sorry.
So I'm letting one of you, the ones that are looking around, as Shug is making a persuasion roll with Plizz. The two of you that are looking around, you spot this Bith obviously doing something on a data pad as these people are bringing in items that they've stolen from around the station. I will let one of you make a justified roll, which as we're talking about a justified roll is use any skill that you think, as long as you can explain it role-playing wise, any skill that you can come up with to determine what this Bith is doing on his data pad as you're watching. Only one of you can make it.
So I got a 17 in my perception check. I'm feeling like I'm paying attention to things pretty well. I am also proficient in tech, so I can try to use a tech check from across the room as I just kind of scan to see like what this data pad is capable of. What
program is he using? Is it Microsoft Word?
Yeah, is he just playing Tetris while he's trying to work, or like what's actually going on from a scan?
He's playing Zork.
That guy's playing Galaga.
I would.
Oh, we would
beat
notice.
me. You beat me to it, Derek. I guess playing Galaga. That's all.
So what do you roll?
That's a total of 17.
Nice.
So as they're coming in, you see these individuals as they're laying down items, and he's scrolling through a database of names with numbers beside them, and he's reducing the numbers from the cost of the items that they're bringing in.
There's people paying their debts with items that they've stolen. That's what it seems like.
Seems that way.
Blith, right? B-L-I-T-H. Blith.
Bith. B-I-T-H. Bith.
B-I. What'd you call me?
The Bith.
Listen, Bith.
Bith, get out of the way.
This is in fact the baddest Bith.
The head Bith in charge.
You sound like
Bith in charge.
You sound like Mike Tyson trying to say bitch.
Listen here, Bith. So I have a Bith recording debts on a data pad.
Yeah.
Or recording debt balances, I guess, on a data pad.
Yeah, that's good.
And playing Galaga.
Good observation.
Okay.
Playing Star Wars Galaga, which is Star Wars.
Okay. Yeah, he's playing Pong with the AI system that kept us out of the hacking last time.
He's getting his ass kicked then.
Getting beat by the AI, and so Thule just makes a mental note of that. He has been told not to talk right now. He is still eyeballing Plizz, just to see how hard he needs to be hit.
All right. So what'd you roll on your persuasion roll?
18. After I spent my inspiration.
He looks up and he kind of rubs his like I said, for a hut, he's kind of thin. He rubs his one chin. You want to work for Plizz? I've got a couple of deadbeats that still owe me. I need an example made out of them.
I'm listening.
Some of my men are a little too lighthearted. Number one of which, there's this noodle shop owner who refuses to pay import fees. I need you to go and...
Oh, sorry, what shop? I missed that.
Noodle shop.
He's talking about the goddaughter.
Okay.
Yeah, her name is Chosen. And she's refused to pay the import fees of bringing supplies in. I don't know how she's still running her shop, but it needs to stop. I need that shop shut down.
Well, I mean, what if we just get the import fees?
Oh no, she needs to have a message made out of her.
Never trust a hut.
I'll leave
What
it.
else?
I'll leave it up to you. You can destroy the shop. You can kill her, as long as the message gets across to everybody else that they need to pay their dues.
Was that it? Just the one?
For starters.
All right, and in return, we need here. You got some kind of hotshot mechanic?
His eyes kind of narrow.
I'm well connected. I know my shit.
What do you want? What do you want with him?
I want his labor. I want his expertise. I told you my ship needs retrofitted.
He's busy.
Well, if you want this work done, I'd suggest you make it unbusy.
You don't think I've got plenty of guys that are willing to do this? I just haven't found the right one yet.
Well, the right ones are standing right in front of you, and we're telling you how that's going to happen. You can keep looking for the right one, or you can just give us access to your mechanic. Seems pretty simple to me.
In Dosh, there's just like a few growls and clicks and whatnot, whether or not he understands it or not. But Tisk essentially says, "Just said that you didn't," in response to him like saying he's got other guys that'll do the work.
Truly smiles as he understands perfectly what you're saying. As you all, he has picked up Dosh in pieces from you over our time together.
I don't know what you said, but I go, he agrees with me.
Fine, fine. Maybe these gentlemen that lived on this station before I took it over have a little soft heart for that girl, but I tell you, she needs to pay her dues. And I will eventually find someone that's willing to do it, and they might not be so nice. So I think you're the one that needs me more than I need you right now. And if you want my mechanic, you get the job done and then we'll talk. Closed is good, dead is better. And on that note, we're gonna take a break.
Your bastard, Bill.
Y'all didn't see this coming?
No, I mean,
I
this
just
is what,
showed up and I saw this coming.
no, this is
All right, and we're back, and the audio issue has hopefully been fixed as I move back to my old mic. So, as we last left off, the hut Plizz looks at you guys in his gravelly, nicer voice now. Yeah, I want the shop closed. Better she's dead, and make a scene of it. People need to know.
I'm about to start some shit. You guys ready?
No, I'm not there.
So,
Tisk has already been thumbing explosives, man. Tisk was born ready.
So let me get this straight. A businessman comes before you with a prize fighter and a professional bounty hunter, and you want us to go beat up some girl? I thought huts knew how to do business, and this is a little below my pay grade.
You see his eye twitch when you say that. Excuse me, I want to give you 3 seconds to take that back.
As soon as he says 3 seconds, I grab another grenade, not the one I've been messing with, pull it, and pull the trigger back. And it starts beeping in time to his 3 seconds.
Roll an intimidation check with advantage.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Wait, who?
Eiko.
Okay, good. I was like,
We've talked about this previously of like me doing this more from like I'm using technology to like make this threat versus charisma.
Oh no, it sounds like
Are we good with this being like an intelligence based intimidation check?
No, we're this I was about to say to Derek, this sounds like we're gonna use a justified roll. We need we need like a sound effect for that.
you guys heard the Justified theme song? Like the show Justified?
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
The theme song is by Gangsta Grass, and so we should absolutely get a clip of that.
I'm my celebrity crushes. Like I've got such a guy crush on Joe Mangiano and
Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah, Timothy Oliphant. I fucking love him, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just he plays such funny characters and such really cool characters also.
Oh yeah.
I love that guy. When he
cool. So like he says 3 seconds and he says 3, and as soon as 2 comes, like he says 2, I pull that and the beep is like in time with the 2 in the count on this. So
while that's happening,
17.
I turn to Tisk and I'm like, he wants me to take something back, but I can't tell if it's the part about huts being good at business or this being below my pay grade.
1 with the beep.
All right, put that away. Point taken. Listen, he looks at his men. I got a stranglehold on this station. I don't need you, but this I do need you. So you think it's a below your pay grade? Yeah. All these guys, I don't know if they got a little crush on that girl or not, but none of them want to do it. All of them are too nice. You're not from here, unless you have some obsession with noodles. Why don't you go get rid of her?
When he says that, you hear all of you, your communicators all flip on, and you hear the sounds of construction. Like, where did the arc welder come from? Like, there's
a jackhammer. There's just a jackhammer on a ship somewhere.
That's what Watt calls his penis.
Backing up. There is an earth mover. You're not sure why you know that's an earth mover, but it's there.
The gong droid.
You hear Watt's voice. You hear Watt's voice. I'm hungry. Can we get noodles?
The hell is that?
What?
A mechanic.
You have a mechanic. What? This is God, it's such a running gag. If you have a mechanic, why do you need a mechanic?
We don't have the parts, and he's crazy.
We need a stable mechanic.
All right. So
A stable mechanic is just a.
that's pretty. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, that's a solid joke.
Bill, help me
I
out here.
have no argument against that.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
That's solid. I'm here for it.
Remind me the name of the Pike boss that we exploded.
You never got a name.
We don't know his name.
No.
we just picked a fight with the Pike Syndicate. I don't think we ever actually figured out who we were picking a fight with
No.
specifically.
You technically didn't pick a fight with the Pike Syndicate. you did a drive-by bombing. Is what you did.
Which, if they find out about, we picked a fight with the Pike Syndicate.
I would call it more of a stop and rob bombing than a drive-by, but sure, point in case.
All right, so Bill, I want to take a look around the room. Tell me about the room and how many people are in here, and like what the guards look like.
Well, you have an amalgamation of guards. Most of them are human, various different backgrounds. If any of these guys were Imperial at one time, they have let themselves go. Their hair is a mess. They're not clean cut. They're not put together as you would see at Imperial. The guys that look like they could possibly be New Republic, same thing. These straight up look like thugs that are just dressed up in nice uniforms, nice-ish uniforms. You sprinkled in a couple of aliens in there. You got a couple of Biths, you got a couple of Bothans in there. You know, you might see a Wookiee off to the side, but drink a soda too fast. They're all looking at you now after the grenade incident. A lot of them, they don't have blasters pointed at you, but they're raised. Games of chance cube games, but the jar games, everything stopped when that happened.
Is this how big is this room? Like, is this kind of like Jabba's throne room type thing? There's like, it's pretty big. There's a lot of people.
Not as big as Jabba's throne room. Grenade goes off in here. All of you are running pretty much. You got a good.
No, I'm trying to figure out like the number of people here is my main thing.
Number of people. You've got about 8 henchmen and him.
Oh. Fuck, we could handle that.
I mean, maybe.
No, it's fine. All right, so listen, like I said, we're businessmen here, right? This is a negotiation. You say you want this taken care of. I say I need to talk to your mechanic to see if he's worth his weight. So why don't you let us talk to him, and then we'll go take care of this for you.
So you want to talk to mechanic first?
Yeah, because if he's not worth it, then we'll buzz off.
I need her taken care of, and you actually see a little bit of emotion come out of him as he's trying to keep his cool right now. Roll me an insight check.
Sure. What is my insight? Oh, okay, so I actually not bad. +5. All right, that is a 6 on the die, so 11.
11. You can't tell, but a little bit of that crime lord veneer is cracking. There's emotion behind this of something of someone that wants everything under control, and there's a variable right here he has no control.
Man.
Is this like Lord Frieza going on right now? Is this you stupid monkey, you can't beat me?
No, this is more along the lines of he's trying desperately hard to hide something he does not. He is giving off this aura of everything's under his control, everything's under his power. He owns this station, but he is very much trying to hide that something is off, something he does not have control over. He might get a little bit more if it was a higher, but
I mean, he's clearly been trying to get people to take care of this girl and nobody's doing it, so maybe not quite as much control as he likes to think he's got, or act like he's got.
Yeah. What do you... Okay, well, I told you we're going to take care of it, but we just need to talk to the mechanic first, so, like, we're going in circles. Show us your mechanic, show us the operation. I'm an Inzealot. I'm going to know if it's a quality operation. Assuming everything looks good, we're all good. We're in business.
he just growls, looks at one of his henchmen. Bring me Fonda.
No. I want to see the shop. I want to see the operation.
You want to talk to my mechanic? You talk to him in front of me.
All right.
So, hence a few minutes, you guys stand in this throne room with this slug staring at you. And eventually this henchman comes back with this kid. Kid can't be more than 15, 16 or anything in overalls. And like... Human, yeah. Corellian, looks like. As he comes in, kind of wild hair.
That's racist.
And you see Plizz looks, and Plizz's voice kind of changed a little bit. He says, Fonda, my boy, talk to these men. Fonda looks up and he looks around, looks a little scary. Yeah, how can I help you?
You got nothing to worry about, kid. I just want to talk tech a little bit. And I start talking like a bunch of like techno babble, like the most boring shit ever to see. Like, and my intention is to keep talking tech with this kid until the hut loses interest, so that I can possibly slip some stuff in secretly.
You look at the kid, and the kid's just looking at you with the honest god dumbest expression that you could possibly see on this kid. Yeah, he's, as you're talking to him, he's kind of looking off, not really paying attention to you as you're talking.
Yeah, I'm used to that with Watt. That doesn't faze me.
Yeah, and he finally looks at you and he interrupts. He says, "None of that makes sense. What
do you mean?
You're talking way too complicated. Well,
It's an idiot's font.
Why would you do all of that? Like, you can just run the pipe through the exhaust and just have it come out the other end. It's just."
Is what he's saying, would it work?
It's, as he says this, it clears up your mind and you're like, wow, yeah. He took everything you said and put it in the simplest of terms that you wouldn't have ever thought of.
Okay. Is the hut still paying attention?
The hut has a shit-eating or bantha-eating grin on his face.
So yes, he's still paying attention. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. Because my point was to try to bore him so that we could talk alone. But you're pretty good, kid. You seem to know your shit. How'd you end up with your exalted leader over here?
Oh, I owed the droid mind, and as he says that, Plizz goes, "No, you don't need to know that. You don't need to know that. That's not part of the deal. You don't worry about why he's under my employ."
That's what I thought. All right, you know the old Ugnaught, Ludo?
Yeah, Ludo, he's always been good to me. He taught me a lot of what I know. Have you seen Chosen?
No, I don't know who that is, but Ludo's the one that where our ship is parked. He said that he could use your help, that you're real good.
Yeah, I'll go help. And he immediately looks at Plizz. Can I go?
Yeah, well, why don't you hold tight on that? We're working on it.
Okay. Well, when you talk to Ludo next, can you tell him to tell Chosen and ask if she's mad at me? She hasn't come see me.
Yeah, we'll tell him, kid.
Chosen just leans back. All right, that's a good boy, Fonda. Go to work. All right, and bye, guys. And he walks off with the henchman.
All right, I've seen enough. Let's roll on out of here, boys.
All right, call me when the job's done.
Is somebody escorting us out?
You're escorted with the same henchman to the hallway where everybody's coming in.
Was he there the whole time? He heard everything?
No, he left to get Fonda and came back, and then they let Fonda go on his own.
Perfect. Okay, so I want to say to him, hey, your boss said that we could take a look at the mechanic shop before we head out. You mind walking us through?
Give me a deception check.
Right, hang on, let me pull up my character sheet.
It's not a TPK because Watt's not there.
And then it's the
right.
Watt game. I'll tell you this: if you guys die, the only way we're going to keep this story going is if all of you make droid characters that Watt made.
I love this idea.
Playing a gonk droid.
No! Spaced immediately.
No, but canon in my head, because of what you guys said, every time gonk droids back up, they have the beep, beep, beep.
Yeah. So if that happens, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play Shug's like little recon droid, except Watt will have installed a voice modulator that sounds just like Shug.
And I can't fix it. It won't. It just keeps going.
It won't sound like anything but Shug.
It just keeps resetting, no matter how many times I try to fix it.
It's Shug's ghost in the machine.
Yeah.
100%.
All right. So I rolled
there
a 14, which is a dirty 20 deception.
All right.
Nice.
He looks at you, scratches his beard. He looks back into the room with Plizz, and Plizz obviously is not paying attention. He's looking around at all the people. What's in it for me?
I have no idea.
If there's like any delay in this at all, Tisk just like puts his head forward right next to this guy's ear. I don't dust you.
Okay. Shug shrugs and he's like, sounds like a pretty good deal to me.
Damn. Roll me an intimidation.
Round 2.
Wait.
Maybe. We'll see.
I can't do the whoopsie. Well, does he say whoopsie or does he say toasty? I can't remember.
It's a lot less good. You know what? So since we're passing around inspirations here for the night, I actually had one already, but you bit me to using it, so I'm gonna re-roll that one again.
Hell yeah.
That's better.
That's better.
15.
15. He looks at you and he looks at the Tisk. I don't really care. And so he takes you down the hall past beyond where people are turning into the residential area to offer up things to Plizz. He takes you to this little shop, and as he walks down, looking further down the hall, you guys see space, as there is a double ship bay, which goes to fit the layout of the station. Most of these arms of these hallways end in ship bays, large ones for large ships. You guys were going to land in one before Ludo told you to come attached to the airlock attached to his shop. So looking down this hall, you see a ship bay and the shields and space down on the other end. And, you know, there's blast doors, but they're open. Right before you reach the ship bay, you take a left. Oh, wait, no, you take a right. Sorry. Damn, chugged that soda too fast. You take a right, and you go into this very similar to Ludo's Bay. Very wide open. It has its own external shield for smaller ships. You even see a very similar airlock, but it's closed, where you guys hooked up. Parts everywhere. A little bit more immaculate and almost cleaned up. Like it's the garage equivalent of every tool has a black outline where it would go.
I love it.
Everything has a very meticulous spot to
Yes.
be.
Almost to a, what is the word I'm looking for?
Neurotic.
Yeah, neurotic degree.
Yeah.
Do we have a touch of the tism? Is that what it looks like?
Maybe.
A little more than a touch.
As you go in, you see that he has a speeder bike that is just stripped, and he's working on the engine.
My main intention here was to give us a sense of like the layout so that we have reference for later, and just see if there's anything incriminating or anything.
The henchman looks at you and he looks outside. He's like, you guys got about 10 minutes before people start asking questions. So I'd make it fast, whatever you want to do.
Oh, 10 minutes, plenty of time. You're a good man.
Yeah, whatever.
Is he walking away? Is he leaving?
No, he kind of walks to the door and he's leaning against it, keeping an eye out.
Like, I like him.
He doesn't want his ass in trouble.
No, that's fine. So,
Fonda looks at, oh, it's you guys again.
hey, kid. Good to see you.
It's something I can help you with?
Oh, I was hoping to continue the conversation. We were. Do you two want to go take a look around, see if you find anything interesting while I talk to the kid?
I saunter off and just kind of look around.
Just be careful what you touch. He looks very nervous when you say that. He's like, don't touch my things.
Do you have any explosives in here?
Well, no, it's a mechanic shop. Why would I?
Yeah, then don't worry about it. Then you'll be okay. He won't touch anything.
There's just a 3-clawed hand wave, like that I
No,
walk
they won't touch anything. They don't know mechanics like you and I. Yeah, what were you saying about the droid brain earlier? Something about the debt?
Yeah, I don't think Plizz wants me to talk about that.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought it sounded like you want to talk about it.
Oh, you asked
Does
me.
he tell you everything to do?
Yeah.
Do you listen to him when he tells you what to do?
Yeah, he gets mad if I don't.
Oh, okay. What if I told you that we can make it so he doesn't get mad anymore?
But I owe him money.
Well, we'll make it so you don't owe money anymore either.
But then I owe you money.
No. Well, you wouldn't owe me anything. We're the good guys here.
No, that's not how this works.
Okay, why don't you tell me how it works? Because I don't understand. I'm not from here. So start at the beginning. Explain to me, because I don't know.
Oh, you don't know what artificial economy is?
No, I don't. I'm not familiar.
No, that's how they run these stations, or they used to, back when the Empire was involved.
Okay, so they set up this droid brain, and
no, the droid brain was set up beforehand. Before that, there was a lot of bad stuff that happened. A lot of people taking money for things they shouldn't have taken. People that were over the stations, and the people that were before the Republic or before the Empire, before my time. I just heard people talk about this.
Okay.
They set up a droid brain that ran the stations, and if people needed money, they borrowed from the droid brain bank, and they paid it back over time, and they owed the droid brain.
Okay, and that's what you did?
Yes.
And so what happened to the droid brain?
Oh, Plizz bought the debt from the droid brain.
So the droid brain's still around,
Yeah.
but it doesn't run things anymore.
No, Plizz bought the station from the droid brain.
So what does the droid brain do?
I don't know, but I don't know how he did.
Do
I don't know how he did that. The droid brain's not supposed to do.
Well, you're a smart kid. Can you any ideas? How would you do it?
I don't know. The droid brain was designed to be unsliceable. So Plizz is very smart, but he's not good at that. So I know that's not what he did. But
Is the droid brain here on the station?
oh yeah, it has its own room. You can't get in though.
Why not?
It's
What if I
locked.
want to go visit the droid brain out?
It's locked.
By who?
It locked itself away.
Oh, you had no idea why I did that?
No,
How do you talk to the droid brain?
we don't.
How did you before?
Oh, we would go to its room and talk to it, or we would go to a terminal, but now it only talks to Plizz.
Interesting.
It's a clever racket.
You're a pretty smart kid. I hope we get to work with each other.
Oh, I'm not that smart. I just know machines. Liz says Liz says that's the only smarts I have. Everything else I'm dumb.
Well, take it from someone who's well-traveled. I don't think Plizz knows what he's talking about.
And you guys haven't met Chosen?
No, my friend. We don't know Chosen.
Okay. She has a noodle shop. She's really sweet.
Well, hopefully we meet her. All right, it's about that time, chaps.
So while you've been talking to not Chosen. What's this kid's name? Fonda.
Fonda. You remember you kept calling him
Thule.
Jane?
That's right, Jane Fonda. Everybody do the Jane Fonda. Thule has gone over to where the dude posted up on the wall, the guard that we were talking to, and pulls out a ration bar and pulls out a rations pack and starts just snacking on something in it and offers the guard whatever he wants out of the rations to share with Thule.
He goes through the rations as you do it, and he pulls out the yellow biscuits.
Bastard. He would go for the yellow biscuits. But, so we said we're just passing through. I was hoping for some fighting pits, something to spice up our stay, but
No.
doesn't sound like I'm in any luck.
No, you ain't gonna find anything like this. Liz doesn't like that stuff.
Well, is there anything fun to do on the station still? Or has it all been stripped?
Yeah. We get to go rough up people that owe Plizz money. That's fun every now and again, but that's getting old.
This piece of shit.
Yeah, sounds like that would get old pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's the same routine, talk some shit,
Yeah.
talk shit back.
Yeah, as soon as
You hit him in the face.
As soon as I make enough credits to get off this station, I plan on doing it. But yeah, Plizz just keeps raising prices on transport off.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned we might not get off either.
Oh, you still think you're going to?
It's the vibe I got.
Yeah, he'll figure out a way. He figures out a way to keep everybody here.
We didn't pass any bars or anything. Is there anything to take the edge off of the monotony?
We distill a little bit of starship fuel into a nice little drink. Burn's going down, but a hell of a buzz.
I don't know if I'm looking for liquid or not. I heard some of the locals talking about sand. Do you know where I could get some?
Sand? Ain't no sand.
That's what they called it.
Ain't no sand on a space station.
God damn it.
I felt it. I felt it beneath my toes, but I've never had anything more potent than that. I was looking forward to it.
You okay?
Bill gives us these threads to pull, and then we pull on the threads, and he's like, "You're a fucking idiot. What are you talking
So
about?"
there's nothing fun about sand here.
There's no sand on a space station.
Don't you fucking gaslight us, you motherfucker.
I guess roughing up locals is going to be more fun than someone lied to me about the extracurriculars.
I tell you what, no. If you can afford the import costs, you can have anything you want. Plizz will bring it in. But you're just going to be more in his debt.
I'm good. I've had my fair share of debts. I don't want any more. Any other advice for us before we try to get our way out of here?
Yeah, don't deal with Plizz.
A little too late for that, isn't it?
Yep.
Jacob, were you doing anything specific?
Not particularly. I'd probably at some point, amidst not finding any explosives to look at, walk over towards Thule and steal like the last of the yellow biscuits while they're talking.
As you're saying there, the guy's like eating one of the biscuits. He looks at you. So you really a bounty hunter?
I just give like a snarl back and adjust the sniper rifle on my shoulder.
So before Bill says anything else, here's and not knowing anything that's happened prior, here's my theory. Plizz is not in favor, to say the least.
Yeah.
With the Hutt Syndicate, and there is a bounty on his head.
I fully intend on finding a means of checking the bounty boards. I just couldn't do it on station. I'm waiting to get back to the ship.
Yep.
It's not like he's in favor with his own men either.
I'm curious.
Yes.
Is there
We have some
and to
information
like to
too,
that
yeah.
point, I was actually about to like chime in on the conversation here. Like as I come in, kind of as the last like couple phrases there got said between the guard and Thule, saying like, yeah, don't do business with Plizz. I grab the yellow biscuit and like, seems like you all really like him here.
he pays us, he takes care of us, he gives us a discount on the stuff that he brings in, but my question is there good money in bounty hunting?
I just give a big wide grin and eat a biscuit.
Good to know. How do you join the guild?
Find a bounty.
Good to know. I'll look into that if I get out of here. He looks.
As that happens, Thule, your comlink clicks on. Thule.
Hey there, Sleeping Beauty.
I wasn't asleep.
You snore into the comms.
It was Alexander.
You just.
I'll have to
Right,
talk
just-
to you about reprogramming when we get back.
Can I keep them?
Oh no.
I'm
Come on,
sorry.
we knew this was coming.
Oh,
As
yeah.
soon as Bill described that he had a crew of pit droids with him
Oh,
last
yeah.
session, I was like,
Oh, yeah.
those are going to be ours.
I mean, of course.
The lazy Ugnaught gave me all of his droids. Can I keep them?
If he says you can have them when the job's done, sure.
He left, so
But is the job done?
I half expected you to
I
say,
look around at this,
we have
like-
droids at home.
I look around at this just mangled bay, and it is just absolute chaos. Yep, job's done.
So when we come back, we'll have a fully furnished workshop and our hidden storage compartments.
A what?
Right. Job needs to be done, Watt.
Okay, but you gotta take me to get noodles.
I know a great place. You'll love it.
Yes. Oh. Can I kill somebody?
What the fuck?
We are working on it. So
I love
maybe
this station.
What did he say?
we
and-
can
and-
probably find you a guy.
The camera sees Watt, like he's in the duct, right? And you just see his feet and his tail, and his feet are swishing back and forth.
We'll see you soon, buddy.
No, don't put that click.
We should get back to the ship soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so about that time, you see this guy looks back. All right. You guys need to go. You need to go now. Come on. No, dude, you gotta go.
Yep. Okay. See you, kid. You'll see us again.
As he does it, he looks at you, Thule, and he's like, "Oh, Poodoo. Okay, play along." And he hits you with his rifle. And he's like, "Get moving!" He says this as you see two guards walking towards the maintenance bay, heading towards the shuttle bay.
And we'll revert back to the Hutties. I was told not to speak. Ichuta, as I can like hunch over and snarl at him, and then start walking as if he's gotten the upper hand on me.
Okay, so you see the two guards, and let's see if they buy it. They look like they do.
This is not Tule's first time fooling a room full of agonizing people.
So you are escorted back down the hall, passing by the people with just piles of just detritus, wires they've stripped from the station, parts of signs. You see someone holding like a literal like neon sign in their hands. Like, you know, I don't know if you guys have anything, but Gabe will get this. It's like standard lift here in Nashville. People just lining up to sell scrap that they picked up the day before. So all of them watching as you guys are escorted back to the foyer area with the hollow tree was. And as he stops, he looks at all of you. You don't know me. We never talked. He turns around to walk back inside.
I love this guy. Can we hire him?
It's
Stole my
already on my
biscuits.
mind.
Right. He's already looking for a way off the ship, like, or
Exactly,
off the
yeah.
station. Like,
Right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we can hire an entire crew here.
Oh yeah, yeah. So on that note, we leave, and I'm like, so You guys ever started a rebellion? Maybe a rebellion's not the right word. Uprising? Maybe uprising's a better word.
It was called a mutiny in my last gig.
I guess mutiny would fit. It's a space station. It's kind of a ship. Sure.
I look at Shug as I'm finishing the last of the biscuit. What has?
Which is why the first thing we're going to do is go back to the ship and tell them about our new droid brain, soon-to-be droid brain friend, hopefully.
All right, so you guys going back to the maintenance bay with Ludo. As you guys walk into the maintenance bay, you know it's easy to find your way back.
Yeah, you just follow the shouting and the noise.
Along the way, Thule has mentioned like if so, you bring up the idea of a revolution or a mutiny or whatever we're calling it. Thule brings up the point that it seems like the space station is no longer controlled by the currency; it's controlled by the debt, and points out that the Bith that was in that room was controlling access to debt records. And if we could get access to that data pad, we could see who owes what on the entire space station, is Thule's thought.
Good thought.
Nice.
So as you guys are coming back, you get back to Ludo's shop, and the airlock door is open, and you do hear sounds of construction. You see stuff being tossed out. You see pit droids coming up and just tossing. You see like parts of like a couch. Everything you said you wanted stripped out of the luxury, or what do they call it? Not the entertainment suite.
Living.
The recreation
suite. Like
yeah.
just the parts of the recreation suite are just being pushed out as these pit droids are carrying them up. But that's not what draws your attention. Your total attention's drawn to Ludo, who is sitting his foot up on one of his workbenches as he is rubbing some type of cream on his arms and face where burn marks have been healed. Fresh marks all over. You see what little hair he had left is gone. Obviously something has happened to him. His coveralls have large burn holes in them. As he looks at all of you, you realize the price has gone up, right?
Well, after this, I think that's fair. I was trying to come up with an argument.
You owe me a gonk droid as well.
Yeah, he doesn't like those.
You left a gonk on the ship.
Nobody warned me. One, I didn't know what a watt was. Two,
We told you, a Lerman.
well, I don't know what that is, and if that's a Lerman, they're worse than a Wookiee.
Doubtful.
Well,
Mission accomplished.
ours might be.
The thing is psychotic, whatever it is, and no wonder you need
Yeah, I
another
don't-
mechanic.
Yeah, I don't think they're all like that, but what can I say? We're just lucky.
So you're alive. Did you talk to Plizz? Did you get your parts?
Well, we're working on that. We have some information that we need. We're gonna have a little powwow and talk it through. We might use your help too.
Well, go talk to your what? See if he'll let me back on the ship so I can get my droids to do what you want me to do. Get them to do. Because right now I just left him in charge.
Probably for the best.
I'm still going to get paid for whatever work he does because that was our deal. He's using my droids. He's using my labor. I still get paid. And he's like, he touches his flesh where he's a little burned, and a little extra for hazard pay.
Checks out.
Yep. All right. Cool.
And since you asked to call it a little early, we will call it right there with the party. You guys going down into your ship to speak with what?
What could possibly have gone wrong?
Yeah, as he's talking to us and he says his droids, Watt's using his droids, Thule's just like, oh, and kind of grimaces. Like, yeah, about the ownership of those droids. I feel like Lerman's work on verbal agreements, and the verbal agreement has been made.
All right.
Also, no concept of possessions.
Right.
Sugar has already accepted that we're gonna end up paying for those as well.
All right. With that being said, let's roll off for accolades.
I rolled an 8.
11.
I also rolled an 8. Rollsies.
Rollsies.
13.
19 on the rollsies.
Nat 20.
Are you fucking with me? You bastard. That's so rude.
All right. So it's Jacob, Sean.
Tisk, Watt, Thule, Shug.
Yeah. Tisquat, Tuli, Shook.
Yeah, our roll off for last place, and I get a nat 20.
You fucker.
That's
All
just
right.
insult to injury right there.
All right, Tisk.
I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna throw mine to Shug tonight for kind of like taking the lead on these negotiations and whatnot. We had a few different times kind of through all of that where I felt like we had some fun seeing playoffs of each other throughout kind of what was going on there. Just I enjoyed the scenes back and forth. It was a lot of fun. There was a line at the very beginning of that as we were talking with Plizz, or to the guard before even going in to talk to Plizz, where you were just like, that's not what I said. And it just set the tone for exactly how you were going to handle the entire rest of that conversation. And like, it just, that rode through the whole rest of it. It was great.
Thanks, bud.
And Bill, I love, for this being like we went to a random spot and here's what's going on at the station. I love all these little threads that you have like twined together across this station for not being the main plot right now. I'm vested.
Right, thank you for that. Next was
What?
Gabe, I think.
What?
Yeah.
Man, God, it's good to be back, y'all.
Yeah, man.
Missed you, buddy.
I've missed you so much. Bill, thank you. Just thank you. We began this episode with chaos, and if Watt has anything to say about it, by the time we get to the end of this station arc, there will be more chaos. I enjoyed listening to all of you play through your characters in this situation, and the little yes and moments that came when I just like piped in and called you. Thule at the end there with like kind of like talking to a child, like it's okay, Watt, you'll be fine. Like, oh no. Shug, I really enjoyed the communication with the kid, especially talking your way into the shop at the end. And Tisk, God, I love the grenades. It just so much fun, and thank you for letting me play off of that as well.
Hell yeah, man.
Bill, I am dropped into the chaos. I have no idea what's happening, and that is the most Watt thing that could have happened. What little I see of this, my brain is already running with permutations of possibilities of what is actually happening, and I love being able to play just a ignorant microcosm of the story. And you have brought me back in this beautiful way, and I look forward to continuing to play with you more.
awesome. And I think it was Thule and then Shug.
Yeah.
With that natty.
Right. So, Gabe, in the spirit of being back, I want to throw mine towards you because I've been very interested in Star Wars Visions, the little anime Star Wars series.
It's so good.
And I just want to see the Watt version of that, where instead of enormous Sith battles or anything, there's just fucking gonk droids. and I guarantee it would be just as intense as his anime fights.
Duel of the Fates would play. We'd switch back and forth between what was really happening and what was happening in Watt's head.
Gosh,
I would watch this episode.
Yeah.
100%. Just every season should have like an episode of what we're doing, and then an episode of just what's happening inside Watt's head, and then back to what we're all doing, and then Watt's head.
That.
And I would watch the shit out of that. So thank you for bringing the chaos. I very much enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Bill, throwing us back to kill Chosen as the job opportunity. Pretty much wrote this guy's death sentence, or at least our very aggressive defiance towards him later.
It gave us even more reason.
So I appreciate that from a world building storytelling perspective.
Yeah.
That was a solid choice.
As if Thule needed more reason to hate a hut. The hut has now threatened the noodles.
Hey,
Oh man, wait till Watt finds out.
Thule's not in a good spot towards a hut to begin with, so we're in a good space here.
All right.
And Derek.
Yep. Shug.
Great. Yeah. I'm gonna give mine to Jacob. I feel like we were on the same page for a lot of this. I enjoyed the yes ands, but specifically when we came back from break, like while we were on the break, I was like, I hate this, and I'm about to go start some shit with this hut, and I was like, but I'm fairly certain they'll back me up. And so when you fucking like armed the grenade after like we got into it, I was like, that's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you having Shugs back there. It was excellent.
Yeah, was
Dude,
absolutely.
That was not a fuck it we ball moment. I don't know.
Yeah, was absolutely picking up what you were putting down in that. So glad I could assist.
Yeah. And along those same lines for Bill, I was going into this as Shug, like I knew that I was going to con this hut. Like that was my intention the whole time, was like, I'm going to con this guy and get what we want. I didn't know until the conversation happened that in reality we're not going to just con him, we're going to also probably kill him. Like,
We're offing this guy.
In Suge's head, like this is like the epitome of like a 2-bit thug, and like the fact that he's in control of the station is just a travesty, and we're going to fix that. And so like,
I don't think
good job
it
for
is.
setting up this shitty villain. Suge will revel in taking him down.
What was that, Gabe?
I don't think he's really in charge. I think he wants people to think he's in charge.
Regardless, we're gonna find out.
Regardless, we're gonna kill him. We're spacing this guy.
Okay, so
Anyway, great session.
I will go backwards. I think I have everybody in order. Suge, the conversation between you and Plizz, I really enjoyed, because I didn't think a threat would go over that well, but you guys rolled it pretty hard. That was a really good justified roll from Jacob. But yeah, the negotiating, the threatening your way to get to the maintenance bay, I thought that was pretty good. I enjoyed that. That was a good little role playing scene, so I was here for it. But yeah, I didn't mean for this to be like a big adventure hook for you guys to like trip so many emotional triggers for your characters, but you know what? That's great. I like it. So I'm enjoying Suge's reaction to all of this. And Thule, I really like the bonding moment between you and the henchman of sharing your ration pack. I thought that was pretty tight. Really
catch more flies with honey.
Yeah, exactly.
And catch the most honeys being fly.
Go home, Sean.
Disc, when it comes down to you, let's just say you threatened exactly when it needed to be threatened. No more, no less. It's like it feels like Suge might be forming the sentences, but you're the punctuation.
Tisk does not need to be a being of many words, so he just lets other things do the talking for him. So
it sounds like that's the name of your sniper rifle.
Many words.
No, punctuation.
Good.
But yeah, that and I like the conversation. Like when you guys realized the henchman was gonna work with you, he just didn't want the headache. How there was almost, I wouldn't say a like kind of a hostile camaraderie in a way.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoyed that. I dug that. We'll see if there's more of that later. And
it was a good scene.
No, there weren't any Dougs in this one.
Yeah.
Also, I spitballed the like, how do I join the bounty hunters guild? I went and looked it up. I was actually right. You just complete a bounty hunt and take it in, and that gets you in the guild.
Yep.
So I was in fact correct in that moment of bullshit.
Yep. That was that kid in the Mandalorian that decided his first bounty was going to be what's her name, the fucking sniper.
Fennec Shand.
Yeah. Your first bounty is going to be Fennec Shand, really? Jesus. And then last but certainly not least, our prodigal son returning. Gabe with what? With a hell of an entrance for a 2-month hiatus, with straight up murdering a poor defenseless gonk droid and making it
watch his violence,
making it blow up and kill an NPC. He was making death saves.
I'm gonna let him die, I hope.
But yeah, it's like everyone's like, is he dead? I'm like, well, not yet. It depends on how the 20s roll. But
it's the joy of being both the chaos and the healer.
Chaos healers. Which sounds like it's a Warhammer thing. But anyways.
Yep.
So that I can't pick out anything specific, but I feel like Watt would have like hot mic'd the intercom on his side, like you were listening to all of this as they were talking and like everything was going on. I don't know, I had that feeling. So that's the reason you were interjecting. But yeah, linking the party up next week is going to be pretty fun, and having Watt along with you guys, we'll see where that goes. And my inspiration for today has to go to Watt.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back, brother.
Welcome back, bud.
Yep.
Happy to be here.
Now you have to be back next week, so you can spend it.
Well, as the tumor's been removed from the dog, the book is in, all the crises have been averted. we're back onto our regularly scheduled chaos.
But does the crisis?
Man, you
have a
better burn some
protocol?
sage, throw some salt over your shoulder, and knock on some wood real quick. You don't want to put that out in the universe and not back it up.
I swear to God, I gotta burn some sage in this house. I think my house has a poltergeist, but
Or you could make friends with it.
That would be my inclination.
make friends with it. So anyways, thank you very much for joining us for this podcast. Sorry about the audio issues. We fixed it during the break. I switched to my old mic. So the first half of this is probably going to sound a little bad, but that's fine. I'll do some magic on it as best as I can. Thank you guys. Join us next Wednesday when our next episode comes out. This one should come out tomorrow on the 25th. So look forward to it then. And as we like to say here at the Forever DMs, practice kindness. It is a free action. And thank you guys for listening.